All right. We are gonna be starting shortly. As you guys can see, my alarm just went off. Let me go ahead and get the boy on. About to get started. P, can you hear me well, sir?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Awesome. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start turning cameras on and stuff like that, cause y'all didn't have to see what I was doing before. But how you doing today, bro? How's your day been?
I'm
How's your
good,
day
man.
been?
You know, it's the weekend. It's been nice hanging out, just
That's
relaxing.
that's
Kind of
awesome.
trying to see what these cryptos are doing, though.
All right. So, what we're doing today, guys, as you know, it's the weekends, and the weekends are for crypto. So, instead of a regular chart talk, the weekends are going to be crypto talk because we're going to be talking that talk on these cryptos. Because we really know what'll be going on with these markets. As you guys know, for those who have been in the Telegram channel, we had talked about back in November that we were looking for the buys on the cryptos. And, ever since then, Bitcoin has been doing the numbers, Ethereum, they all have been doing the numbers. But now we're going to go ahead and dive deep into these cryptos. And what markets did you want? What you said that you wanted to talk about the top 50 market caps?
Yeah, so you can see on the left side or the right side here, I've for the longest time, I've organized our cryptos in the way of having like the top 10, top 20, 30, 40, 50, and then I kind of add some randos in there as well. But it's always really cool to go back and see which ones are still there and which ones aren't, which ones have moved up, which ones have moved down. So it's very, very interesting to see, especially after a bear market. So what I'm going to do is go to coinmarketcap.com and I might have it saved and I might not. Okay, coin market cap. All right. And what we're going to do is it already has it listed by market cap here. So the first five, we got Bitcoin, Ethereum, um, BNB, XRP, because these are Tether and USDC and Binance Coin.
They stay a
Those are
dollar.
obviously stables. They're stable. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, and then Cardano. All right, so let's go. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Cardano. So the top five hasn't changed at all. That's interesting, or
That
kind
is
of
very
not interesting,
interesting.
but cool to see. Dogecoin is number nine, and Matic is number 10. Or just up next, I should say. So Doge passed Solana, and so did Matic. So that's our top 10 right now without of course, without the stable coins. But Matic is a surprise to me, making it this high on the list. Um,
I
you know,
was fully not expecting. Bro. You are the one that even told me about Matic. I had no idea
right.
about
This is,
Matic, so me to see it up here, I'm just like, holy crap.
in my opinion, seeing Matic at the top 10 is very bullish for Matic. I mean, coming out of the trenches, finding, and really the reality is, I would say one out of every 10 cryptos that you really think have potential are actually going to do really big things. Maybe
Dang.
one out of five if you're getting
I
lucky.
was about to be like, man, you don't think that number is smaller?
I mean, maybe, but if the
I'm
times I've been
okay.
around,
I'm okay
nothing
with
has
1 to 5.
happened in 5 years.
I'm okay with 1 to 5.
5 years and a lot of coins have gone away. But let's continue. Let's see what is next after Dogecoin and the Dogecoin being up there. Shout out to Dogecoin and their family because they've been holding their coin up. We have Solana and then Shiba and then Polkadot. So dang, Shiba coming in as well. Solana, Shiba, and Polkadot. So I'm telling you, these Shiba Inus and these Dogecoins, they made it through this bear market like it was nothing. Well, not nothing because they dropped like crazy, but they're back in action, still at the top. I would have thought that these guys would have just fallen off the ladder, but they didn't. So that's just something when the market starts to rally again, watch for certain stupid coins. If you're one of those type of people, these
There,
are already at the top. They have a community, they have people in there. The one thing about cryptos is you want liquidity. You do not want to get into a coin that, I mean, I don't want to say you don't want to because everyone's different, right? But if you get into a coin that has low liquidity, meaning there's not a lot of people in it yet, those are the easiest ones to get rug pulled or to just not even get your money because there isn't enough money in the coin. And those are the ones that you get your prices slipped the most. Those are the ones that you can definitely make 20x on it, but then the next morning you could wake up and it's right back down to 1x. So when people talk about trading and investing, they're not talking about those kind of opportunities. They're talking about what's the strongest asset in the market. And they really aren't even talking about cryptocurrencies because most of these
nobody.
haven't even so exactly. Um so let's see what we got. It's just very interesting because I know I was a big hater on Doge and Shiba. How did you feel about them when they were coming up?
Bro, I literally put $10 in and invested into Doge, so that should tell you how I felt about them right there. I felt nothing. I thought it was I thought
Oh,
it was a joke. I
I want to know
genuinely thought it was a joke.
even if there's no even if I want to know in the chats or the comments after this video if anyone thinks that those coins actually have potential because I just don't know. I don't see the value past a meme. So I just want to know from other people's perspective. Maybe you study these coins a little bit more. All I do know is that this stuff is mainly psychology, right? So if there's enough people in the game, that's enough psychology in the game for the charts to move, right?
I
Because all this
mean,
is
with the
our
amount
psychology.
with the amount of money that the U.S. printed, bro.
Right. It put a lot of money into some asset classes and took a lot of money out of some other asset classes.
Exactly.
All right, let's continue. So, Litecoin, Avalanche, Tron. Litecoin, Avalanche, Tron. So, Tron, you got moved down, buddy. Litecoin coming up from the bottom
From the
20
trenches.
into the
Litecoin
top
definitely
20.
fluctuates. I like that Litecoin always remains in the talking point. I love that about Litecoin. That's actually a really
Litecoin
good
has
sign.
been around, dude.
It's been
Litecoin,
around.
Avalanche, Tron. Litecoin,
I believe
Avalanche.
back in 2017, Litecoin. I mean, back in 2016 or something like that, Litecoin was still in the top 50.
Wow.
I'm not.
And I don't doubt that at all because it had a very nice run back then. And really, I think it's having a nice run right now. We'll have to look at it. Avalanche, then Tron. Okay, what we got next? We have a stable Uniswap, Cosmos, and Wrapped Bitcoin. So Uniswap coming up a little bit, very nice. We have Wrapped Bitcoin here, and what did I say?
Leo's
This.
another one out of nowhere, but I've never heard of Leo USD, and I'm like, what is this?
Okay, so we can stop with this now. We have the top 20 here, and Uniswap's still in the top 20. That's good because they are, I believe, one of the best decentralized platforms out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. to have them still in there in this top 20 range.
I'm a fan of
Tron
Uni.
is another one that has pretty much stayed around for a little bit. Am I wrong about that? I
No,
feel like it's been around forever.
Tron's been around. It used to be back down. I think like in the 70s, 80s, around like 2017. So Tron is really like it's really. I'm a big fan of Tron. I've
Very
always been a
nice.
big. I've always talked big on Tron. Like I've always had it on my list. I just need more
And
of it.
then, do you know anything about wrapped Bitcoin
Nothing
and
at
how
all.
that? Me neither.
Nothing at
That's
all.
it. I know it's like the same price and everything. It's just I don't get how those really work. But it's got a market cap, I guess.
Because
All
there's
right.
also wrapped Ethereum, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
I
So
think
I
so.
really
And we
don't
have
know.
Ethereum Classic.
I don't
Goodness.
know what the wrapped is all about. And I mean, with the pricing that we're looking at, is it like matching the price of Bitcoin 1 to 1 type of thing?
Yeah, yeah. I don't get it. I
Is
don't
it
get it.
supposed to be like a protected Bitcoin? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't even know. I really don't. But I always put it in the top when it's there.
Is that FTX over there? Was that FTX day? We haven't updated. This hasn't been up. Is that?
Yeah, it hasn't been updated since
In a
the
minute. That's
FTX.
funny.
They are gone.
I love
Uh,
that.
all right, coming in at 21, 22, and 23, we have Chainlink, Leo, and Ethereum
Bro,
Classic.
what is this Leo?
I don't know, honestly. So we can say rip to FTX.
That's isn't that two cryptos we had to delete off of our list so far?
That's just one on this one so far.
Wait,
But
was it? What about Wait, was it Luna or what was the other crypto that like?
oh, Luna, yeah, we've had to delete it back then. Yeah, 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 definitely. Yep, yep.
uh,
And those were in the top, not
exactly.
just
So just
the
remember,
little top.
this is the same type of stuff that was going on when the first like when 2017 when crypto was really getting started to be put on the map. Like once the crash started happening, there's another one right there near USD. Damn.
Yeah, we're about to look at that and see what's good with that. I don't know where if it's not on this list, it's getting deleted. Monero. Ooh, what's this? Tona coin.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Never heard of this either. APTOS. Okay, so we got some new people to the party that we get to add. Monero's coming up a little bit. Here we go. And Crow, where are you at? Let's.
Crow
This is all
playing.
not here
Whew.
anymore, so
But hey man, I'm glad I told people what I told them about Crow. I'm like, y'all better wait for this crash first before trying to get into
right,
this.
dude, man. My one of my girlfriends, or not one of my girlfriends.
Damn. Player,
Oh,
player.
got
I'm just
him.
playing. I'm just
Got
playing.
him. My girlfriend, one of her people that she works with, they invested thousands of dollars into Crow and then sold
When
off whenever it was down.
oh come on, you can't do man. Okay,
Sold
hey,
off completely. So
hey
it's
man,
just
I can't be mad because my homeboy did the same thing. He had me invest into some Crow and then he pulled it. But the thing about it is, I actually advised him right before he pulled it out. I'm like, bro, if you're gonna pull it out, right now is the time. Don't wait for this thing to crash. And it was inevitably the right decision. So that was fire. That was like right before I went to LA too.
that's fire.
Ton coin.
Coin. Huh.
Hold
Well,
on.
let's see if they got a chart on here about it.
While you're
Ton.
doing that, I'm gonna go into our insider info.
I was looking at it today. Check it out and see if you see any new coins on the list to buy. Um, I was looking more at the articles.
Okay, cool, cool.
Okay, so we got Ton USD, and let's just see what this chart looks like on here. Not much data at all. Let's see if we can get a better
Dang,
USD.
I need to find the password and stuff.
Bittrex. Oh, I got.
Type it into the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
the goats. Oh, and I'm looking over here on Telegram because I was just like looking at like, oh, I wonder what they have news for Bitcoin on, and apparently there's a trader that he said that Bitcoin looks very similar to right now. It looks very similar to 2020, the breakout to 2020. So you can go ahead and pay attention to that. That's a piece of content that we can
Okay,
look into.
okay, okay, okay. Let's go APTOS. What the hell is that?
Bro,
Aptos.
dang.
These are new, brand new, I believe. All time. How old is this? Yeah, it's not that old at all. So
I
just came out.
typed in the hella wrong password. That's funny. And it'd be hilarious if
APTOS.
that was the password too.
We're gonna have to do USD. There we go.
Capital J?
Let me make sure that's it. But yeah, it should be capital. Yeah, that's it. I just did it.
Hmm. Maybe because I. Oh, I know exactly
Oh, I
why.
spelled the email wrong.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Let me edit.
Thank you, good sir.
Here you go. Okay, this one is making just an insane move right now, and that's probably why it's in the top.
Oh
This
wow.
this
When did this get on Coinbase?
October
Oh
19th.
wow.
So
It just got
mm,
put on there.
I'm talking, geez, man.
Man, I mean, bro,
Very good.
I don't like this retracement. Whenever it happens, I gotta put something in. And if
We're
it
gonna
goes
look
lower,
at
then
it.
that's even better. But we about to
We're
take a look.
definitely gonna look at that shit once we get all these down, because I'm still interested to see what these like 50, like if there's some good ones in the 50s. That's gonna be interesting. Bitcoin Cash is below 30 still. Bitcoin Cash, OBK, whatever that is.
OKB.
I, OKB, I mean, yeah, I've had it on here. Where'd it go? Wow, it made a big jump. So it was down in the 40s, and now it's up in the 20s.
Ooh,
So that's a
they even think that it's.
huge jump.
Hey, bro, they even think that it's not time to go full rally yet.
I know. That's what
That's
I was
crazy, bro.
saying.
Damn. Hey, our analysis is be on point. You really are. You really do be making your grandfather proud.
I think so. Ooh, ApeCoin number 30. Very cool for ApeCoin and not cool for Crow because I honestly think Crow has a good shot. It's just, man,
It, bro. And
it
what was I saying when they first came out? I feel like they came out too late
they came out too late and spent too much money on
on
marketing.
marketing. They came out too late, exactly. But it was still good pricing because at the end of the day, when this skyrocket's about to happen, it's gonna be cool. But people should not have bought at the top.
No. And they will see what happens. So there's Near. I don't know why the other one got
What the
deleted,
heck?
but Near is
Oh, I
still here.
forgot to change this. Your boy stays doing this. I stay
Uh,
forgetting to change it. Let me see if I have enough time. I literally had Zoom open and everything. That's terrible.
Filecoin, Crow, Filecoin, Algorand. Crow, Filecoin coming up. Algorand,
Oh yes, Algorand.
H bar,
What is this? Little D.
DAO,
Oh my gosh. There's another DAO crypto
DAO.
that one of my
Okay.
homies told me about, but I haven't looked into it that much.
H bar. And what is lit I don't think I have that on here. So LDO. Okay, that'll work. You are coming in right before vet, I believe.
Wait, how much is sand right now?
At QNT, FTM, ICP. QNT.
Damn,
Where's
sand is such a good buy. But not yet still, but oh my goodness.
FTM? Where is that? I swear I had that. No? Damn. I didn't seen it. Maybe not. FTM USD. Phantom. We're bringing this guy in right. Is it above IPC? Yeah. All right. And then 41 is mana.
It's funny, little DAO's on here.
Hit. I don't think I have this either. Bit DAO. The DAOs are that's what they're called. They're called a DAO. DAO.
DAO, yeah. That's actually kind of hard. I'm not gonna front.
Okay. I think these are all below now.
Damn. Helium dropped like that.
IPC was the last. Yeah, so we have mana, A.
I need to start paying more attention to this.
So we have mana, and then this random one. And then flow, EOS, ELG, flow. EOS, ELG. And then Sand Terra Classic. Uh-oh.
Damn.
Is that Luna and they changed their name? Because that's a very low price.
It's called Lonk. It's not even Luna anymore. Damn. They might. Oh, bro, yes, they have been trying to make a comeback. If I'm not mistaken, they have been trying to make a comeback of some sort, or something like that.
Yeah, yep. This is it. This is their. People still think this is gonna come up. That's
crazy.
Something else. I mean, it could, but fuck it.
The probability is low.
Hilarious.
That's hilarious, man. They said we back, baby.
That's amazing.
That's funny.
Good for them in a way, honestly. Like that makes me
I
laugh.
could never. There's another crypto that you have to exit off apparently.
Yep, whatever this is. This went below sand, I believe.
Wow. Sand is an excellent buy, by the way. I don't know why I repeated that, but still.
Give it to me. Okay, we're in there. EOS, EGLD. Oh, they changed their name. Multiverse X.
Oh.
But it's still the same ticker. Sand is after that, right? Yeah, sand. Okay, what is this? This guy needs to go. Sand, and then the ELG sand lunk. Yep, and then we have Ax Infinity, AXS, and Theta. AXS and Theta. Everything else below was one time on the top or very much watched on our list. So here's some that are not on the top 50 that are very good buys still that I know for a fact. The Graph, E&J, Bat. Those are all off the straight top that I know of that I'm personally going to still be
How do you
looking
feel
into.
about Dash? I've always like.
Where is it?
Dash is not on here, and I like, Dash is definitely one of the ones that I've always looked at. I've even traded it on freaking margin. I mean, on leverage before. So it's like, what number are you? Dang, dang, Dash is such a good buy. It's $60.
72. Ooh.
Yeah, it's been definitely been falling. But man, you guys, you know that it's on that list.
Yeah, it is. I'll put it up here. Surprised that it's not. It's cool to see how like all of the all of the cryptos have their symbol now. Like back when
Right?
crypto first happened, there was no symbols on these really at all, even maybe just Bitcoin. All the other ones had like something else stupid on there. So that's interesting. Is there any other ones on that list maybe that
Um, let me
dang,
go ahead. This is from the. You can go ahead and like, is helium up there? Oh my goodness, man! But
yeah,
okay,
I'm
yeah.
looking at it right here.
That's
Helium
why.
is
That's
like
why I said, oh my goodness,
the
golly.
world's worst like crypto right now.
And it's on this list, and it'd be an amazing buy at this price.
He probably bought it at this price, 20.
Nope, higher, a little higher. Like where you would think that, oh, if it's not gonna break, it's gonna hold right here.
Well, either
So
way. Okay,
29.
so now we're gonna analyze Bitcoin.
ILV. Well, wait, before you get into that, let me just throw some of these to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ILV up there.
Wait, isn't Leo at the
No,
top? Wasn't Leo in
Illuvium.
one of these? Oh,
Illuvium.
okay. I'm tripping.
It's all good.
Okay. ILV.
Yeah, it's ILV against the USD, of course.
Okay.
Oxen.
Did you say Ox?
Yeah, Oxen. EN.
Oh,
There you
I don't
go.
even know what that is.
Yeah, right. Definitely, bro. I need to start paying. Okay, hold on. I need to start paying attention to these, but I'll look at that later. Zcash. We'd be buying close to entry. Well, not super close. We'd have a definitely better entry, but still.
Oh, I think Zcash was already on the list
On the
somewhere.
list, I
Was it?
think so.
I think I just took it off on accident. Oh well. Let me see if it was. Um,
You have about 1 minute, and then I'm gonna have to. The Zoom is gonna cut off, but it's literally the same link. And this time, I promise, it's gonna be the limited time. I promise.
bet.
Unless freaking Zoom wants to bless me before they cut me off.
I don't think it's
I
gonna.
don't think so. They usually be hoeing. And I think the storage is like STORJ. And then I think everything else is basically up there. Or and actually not everything else, but I'll tell you once we get back on. Um, there it is. Okay. I will be going back over there very shortly, guys. New meeting. Let me get that up there, but new meeting. What's happening?
All right, all right, all right. Let me share. Oh,
Let
allow me to share.
Yep, there you go.
And then let's get this back up here. Okay, and then I will turn this.
Was the music on the first time?
Was, but I had it down.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear it?
Barely. You can have it like the volume that you just had it at, actually. Or actually, I don't know, to be honest. Let me see what the... It's back up here.
It should be low. It's not like it's connected to my computer volume.
Give me a second. Okay, what you had it at before you turned it down, you can have it like one higher than that, and that should be perfect. But you ain't gotta worry about that, honestly.
Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so now what I wanted to do
Yeah,
was
you good. We
I
could go ahead and
wanted
add
to
later.
look at biddy heavy and really see what we got going on some other little indicators that we look at and stuff. Um, because we got a lot over here now. Let's go to this chart. I want to show this over here and stock to flow model. This is something that we've been looking at. I've been looking at it since 2018, and it's been a really good top and bottom ish indicator. And so I just wanted to point it out. I don't want to give anyone FOMO, um, but what this is to the right, okay? And this is how I'm going to explain this chart to y'all. Number one, it's showing the price of Bitcoin. So overall, this is the price of Bitcoin and how it's gone up in a macro scale from when it has started to, or at least when this data has started to now, right? And what we have on the right is how many days until the next halving. And so that's going to represent the color on the screen. So the color isn't, when it's low, it's blue, and when it's high, it's green and red. That's not how it is. It's the color is how many days away until the halving. So the halving's represented right here with these lines. Every time there's a halving, that supply of Bitcoin is cut in half. And the supply is the miners are the ones who get this supply. In order for the Bitcoin network to function, the miners have to do their job. The miners get rewarded when they do their job. When the value of their reward gets cut in half, that sends a supply shock to the market. And it has happened every single time. So you can see right here in 2000 and I believe it was 13, 2012, almost 2013. Here was the first halving and prices moved up. What you want to note is before the halving happens, okay, you can see the prices in this kind of blue to red range right here. Really, this blue is where almost every single bottom has happened. So that's about a year away from the halving, give or take, right? So when the market is about a year away, that's when you start to see it really either consolidate or kind of take off. Now, every example here on this one, you can see when it was about a year away, 400 days or so away, 500 days away. Then we get about 300 days away, and then it's here. Okay, so once it's here, you want to kind of be positioned before the halving. All right, that's the thing. And this example here, you can see how it goes from that green, we're far away from the halving, we're making new lows, and then it turns blue. Once it turns blue, you're in that area where you're getting close to a bottom. It doesn't have to be the bottom, but you're getting close to a bottom. And then the halving comes, and from then on, you get a run up. Same thing here. We go from green to blue. Once it gets really closer to this zero, it kind of makes a dip. So I honestly think we could be seeing a scenario like this year. But regardless, we get this move up. Now, what this line is, right? What this line up is that's the projected price, because so they can find a projection based on this flow of how this how this is working. Okay. Right now, the market is probably furthest away from this stock to flow line, average line that it has ever been. Okay, so it's never really been this far away from that average price that it's supposed to be at or projected to be at. And right now, it's saying that it's supposed to be hovering around 55. It's projecting that by 2026, which is right here, the next bull run should come up to around 500,000 after the halving.
Yeesh.
So that's just what this is showing, and
And
it's
how
been
was the
pretty.
prediction been ever? Yeah, man.
So it has outdone the prediction in a major way. It's 10x to the prediction here because it predicted about 100, and it did
Man.
1,000.
This man
Here,
said, "I'm glad that you. I'm glad that you gave. I'm so glad that you gave the warning of I'm not trying to give you guys FOMO. Cause guess what? Your ass just gave me
right,
FOMO.
right, and I do think, regardless, if this was the bottom, could have been, right? We don't know. If it was the bottom, I think we are gonna get somewhat of an opportunity still to catch good pricing.
Very much
Uh,
so.
Regardless of how it happens, there's always a way. Now, what I am starting to really feel is that everyone is flipping bullish right now.
Everyone and
Every
their mama.
And so usually when everyone flips one way, it goes the other way, and that just it really is what it is, right? And there's nothing
It's
we can
literally just
do
like
about
how
that.
it's literally just like how everybody was in fear and everybody was bearish and everybody and their mama was selling cryptos. That's literally when we knew that okay, this is perfect right here because now nobody has faith in
Exactly.
holding and everybody's done sold their crypto. That's like one of the best times to indicate when to buy not at a bottom necessarily, but close to the bottom.
Right. And then I wanted to point this out as well because this is kind of interesting. Down here, this is called the model variance. And to try to explain that is not what I'm here to do, but obviously you can see how it follows the price pretty much, right? When the price spikes up, we get a spike in this. When it comes down, this comes down. What I think is going to start the next rally is when the model variance comes above like point 0.6, point 0.7 area, or sorry, point like 5 area. And what I want to show kind of is in every bear market, before it makes the push out, you can see down here it was at this point 0.6 area, and then once it broke out of it, it held this point 0.6 and it kind of broke out, and that started the bull run. It came back into this point 0.7, so okay, 0.6 first, then we got a 0.7. We're still in a huge bull run, and it just completely takes off. We kind of double bottom at 0.8. So first is 0.6, 0.7, 0.5, 0.8. Okay, then we make another big bull run. What's interesting is this didn't get as high as this. So what this is showing is it's showing the degree from this middle line, basically. Okay, so the further away up it is, the further away from its mean we are right here, right? What's interesting is there's like a divergence here in this price from 2013 and 2018. This divergence in this model right here. It did it again once price made a move up here. It gave another divergence in this model. But you can see again this 0.45 area held at the bear market, and then it moved up again for the bull market. In the bear market, it came back down to this 0.66, and then it made another move up. This move up in price was the high
of 67.
67 something, right?
Sheesh. And it barely passed it.
And it barely passed it. So it was showing huge divergence in what the price should be and what the price kind of is, right? And ultimately gave this rollover. So getting at all of that, what I am looking forward to is if I could annotate on this screen, which I think I can. Perfect. I want to draw on here. Let's see if it'll let me. This line. Can we see that line on the screen?
Yes.
That line right there, a little bit higher. If I could redraw that a little bit higher, is where if the price breaks through that, and let me just redraw it kind of right here. Okay. If we get a break through that, that's going to be a lot more bullish to me as it has in the past, right? Once it gets back up above this like point, what is it? 0.5, negative 0.5 area, which it is currently at negative 0.89. So if it can get up a little bit more, that's going to show us that it's probably going to come back into that mean price bear minimum, but it's not there yet. It's just not there yet. So I want to now go over into the fear and greed index and see what this is looking like. Very interesting.
Ooh, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's people looking pretty greedy.
Very quick jump right here from last month, and the month before that was even worse.
Well, first of all, get rid of these ads. What is that?
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's funny.
Amazing.
That's why shout out to Brave.
I guess so.
Brave really does not be letting me see ads anymore. I'd be taking that for granted.
And then here's let's do the 3-month view on this crypto fear index, because back in November, December, and January, we were down in the 20s, and now all of a sudden we have this pop, and everyone is extremely bullish. That's funny. So it's just interesting.
The market has flipped. I mean, it's above 49, so that technically means that the bias has flipped to a bullish bias based on the crypto fear and greed index.
Yep. And we can kind of look at this, and we can kind of get a measurement of where we are overall. So let's see, March 28th. Let's go over here. Let's do a little bit of March 28th right here, and y'all are gonna laugh. March 28th.
Y'all gonna so I don't even need to know what happened there to know what happened.
This right here. So I don't need this line anymore, but okay. People see this break. Big move, right?
Like I said, I don't even need to see it to know what happened.
Right here. The last time the market was at this fear, or at this greed, sorry. Last time the market was this greedy was, like I said, March 28th, 2020, and that's right here, guys. March 28th, 2020.
2020 or 2022?
2022, sorry. And so I just want to point that out, guys, that the last time the market and the sentiment was this good, this is what happened. And this is a next week rollover. That's a 66% drop. Now, I definitely don't expect 66% from here. Actually, let me freaking measure that because it's
Yeah, you
going
might
to
want to
move
mess
up.
around and find out because.
Oh,
Whoo!
it's possible, family. Let me tell
Yo,
y'all right now how
that
possible it
is
is
huge.
for it to make another 70% drop. And I'm not kidding. It is so possible. Okay, this is where it gets really interesting
Interesting.
because
Because
this is going to take longer than we want, number one, most likely. Um, but the amount of people that probably got into this and in what I want to talk about about the rally. Number one, the volume is decreasing on the rally. Yes, it is good volume, and it has good volume on the futures market as well, I believe. And the futures market is actually increasing. But um, what I want to what I want to talk about is how there is no real anything behind this move. Um,
and
as in,
then
it's just kind of being pushed up by, it seems like nothing. When a market, like here was the FTX week. And of course, we have taken that out. So that is big. That's huge. Um, but to me, it just doesn't seem like there was enough pain in the markets to there wasn't enough pain until the move up really has to happen, and that's just my kind of opinion on it. How do you feel about it? Hey B, I can't hear you. This is yeah, this is Bitcoin on the weekly, and we're on the CME chart, and it's giving me all the data since 2017 when it's opened. And the most important price on this screen, and I want to just go ahead and bring the indicator all the way out. Okay. And give it a smooth 10K. Okay, so this is really showing that the highest traded volume is around $10,000. Even though we've had this big run up here, another run up here, another down run here, the most volume is still all the way down here, guys. So we're still expecting this rollover. And what's interesting where we are right now and this is just strictly off the volume profile, if it does break any higher, one or two things are going to happen. It's either going to break and then just move. That'll probably be an area where it moves fast. Or it's going to break and go straight to this like 28 level, as there's just nothing here. There's nothing here. So it's either going to swiftly break and get there and then decide what it wants to do, or it's coming straight down. And kind of rejecting this level, fake out, and then to move down. And I'm starting to lean towards that, but I don't really want to lean towards anything. I just want to see kind of what happens, right? It's an obvious level up here that every single person can see. So I definitely do expect there to be some hold there, if it gets there. But that's an if it gets there, right? You can just see it's clear down here, 10K, and even a little lower than 10K. Maybe let's bring in a little less price and see what this does. Still giving me downside vibes, and then holding right here if we break up. Now, this is where it gets interesting as well, because if it breaks this low, there is nothing here to hold this price down until it gets all the way to a 12K. This is where people kind of, I think, are missing. I don't. where am I? They kind of don't see that this is possible because all it takes is one candle like this, like this, like this. I mean, any of these big boy candles, right? Say we get just two. Say we get two candles, just like this, comes straight down. Well, that I need to put in a log. So if you're ever measuring and trying to copy and paste something like that, you want to go over to the log screen and you want to go to the bars pattern and you can just take it like this. Okay, say we're looking for something. This is definitely possible. Okay, coming right back into that low.
Oh.
And then something like this is even possible too. Are we good on the mics, AB? Feel like I'm hearing you. It's all good. What date? Right here. When it did this. Versus this. Okay, first we'll do June 19th, 2020 or 2019. And you already know. Hold on, 19 right here. So it was up in the 80s. And then so it might still have a little bit. Let's see, when it breaks, let's see, hold on. What is 23rd of March 2020? Okay. Of course. What's interesting is right here as it breaks this level, November 2nd. So, but there was like a shock wave in it big time. So if there's like a big ass this was the let's throw that chart up here real quick. All right, so let's put this one up. And let's see if it'll let me. It will if I just give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and to me, it needs to come down more, but
Belief. That's what it's at. Okay, that's what I was looking for. It was belief that I was like when it made that break. That's what I was referring to. But go ahead. Oh, my bad. I cut you off.
I was saying I can't decide if I think we are in right here. I think we're in denial right now, where
I agree.
where it says my investments are with great companies, they will come back. So even me, even me being invested so long, this is how I feel right now. I genuinely feel, number one, there has only been one capitulative type move, and it wasn't very bad. It was one day. Okay, it was just one day. It wasn't the capitulation, I don't think. Um, and I don't feel like I have felt everyone just selling off their crypto. I felt it one time, and it was for a hair. Um, Anger. I have not 100% seen a whole lot of anger except out of the influencers who lost a whole lot of money. That might be a sign that we have hit anger, where there is a lot of people on social media who kind of really got screwed out of that FTX situation. And if the
Anger. Let's go with
situation
that.
is it really, the FTX situation, it could have been the capitulation, right? These charts, they're not picture perfect every time. But I think the capitulation is going to be a lot, or should be a lot worse. And then this right here, yes, we have seen a little bit of anger, I do think.
Depression
Depression?
hasn't set in yet.
No,
Depression has not set in yet. There's
I do
no
not
way.
think
There's no
that.
way, in my personal opinion, that I can believe that depression has set in yet. It has not. People are not
I agree.
depressed yet, and the fear and greed chart literally proves it.
I agree. And um how low did it get? Maybe it got pretty low. It did
It
get
got
to
to a six.
ooh, it got pretty low. People were pretty scared at, and it hasn't maybe.
That's why I feel like, and I'm only gonna repeat myself because my mic wasn't working when I first said it, but that's why I said like this buy move that we're looking for. I feel like that's what's gonna take us to 30K, and then once we get to 30K, that's when um, that's when that bullish move at that anger. That's what we'll be looking at, and then it'll drop down, and then when it drops down to 10K or 7K, that's when that depression is gonna sit in.
Okay,
That's
okay.
that's really how I feel about Bitcoin and the crypto market as a whole, because Bitcoin's daddy. But it's not gonna
That's
be for long.
that's 26.
It's not gonna be
Yeah,
for long.
Ethereum might come in and do his thing. I'm trying to find this date where I keep forgetting it. 19 August 22nd, 2019. August 22nd.
Other way. Right there. You just passed it. It was on the
Okay.
Wednesday.
So why were
Interesting.
people so
Why?
scared?
Oh, it's because if it did a fake breakout. Oh my goodness. You see, it did a fake move to the upside, and then it dropped, and people were going crazy because they thought Bitcoin was going to. Bro, I remember this, how hyped people were about this. I remember. People were so hyped of Bitcoin being going above 13K, and I was over here like, I don't know, guys. This doesn't look like the move that we're looking for. And then prices started to drop, and I'm like, I'm glad I said what I said, because man,
But why were people scared?
it doesn't make sense to me why they'd be scared right there versus why they would be terrified back over like in the beginning of 2020, let alone in March of 2020.
It's interesting. It's just very interesting. So, nonetheless, I think we are you know, personally, look, this chart right here, I think we're right here in denial phase where we have this, we're getting this push up right here. I think a lot of people are really happy about this push up. We might get a little bit higher and then sell off. Here's kind of the structure point that you want to mark off on this chart right here. Okay, this is the structure point, and you can see the denial is just under this structure. Okay,
Okay.
just like we are right here.
Okay, I can see
So
that.
I feel like the timing and the price still has one more move down. The dollar right freaking now just made a move that we've been waiting on it to make for a long time. And so while we're looking at Bitcoin, we do need to look at the dollar right here, because if the dollar comes up, number one, this is an insanely bullish market, guys. Markets do not usually just move straight up like this. In my opinion, this is a major pullback or another either rally back to these highs or rally up higher. This is just a humongous move. Now, what we have on the weekly, you can see, is a possible reversal in a major zone, not just a little baby zone. Okay, we're on the weekly time frame. Let's go into the monthly time frame. You'll even be able to see it there, just to add emphasis on this zone, right? Clean, easy zone. Everyone can see it. The volume profile, let's talk about that. What it's suggesting here is that really, if it goes any lower, we're coming all the way down to like 97, 98. But it doesn't have to slip through here. It can very much hold and head up back into these, just move fast. It could move fast, guys. So if the dollar moves up fast, I promise you Bitcoin is going to do this tank. It's going to do the crazy tank that we want. And if it doesn't, guys, if a macro move in the next month or two, if this high gets broken on the dollar, okay, say the dollar moves up and does something like this, regardless of what it does next, if the dollar breaks this high and Bitcoin has not broken that low yet, that is the most bullish sign you will ever see for Bitcoin. Ever. Because showing the dollar strength like this, and if Bitcoin doesn't put in a lower low, ooh, that's a big sign. Just how we had that sign on Ethereum as well. So if this dollar, and this is really showing it, guys, if it breaks any lower, it's coming straight down. But
if it does that, then that's gonna take Bitcoin to 30K.
Exactly. Yes. So if the dollar does sweep this low, we're expecting it to just tank. But right here, what we're really kind of seeing is how we're in this monthly zone. We kind of failed to break lower, and now we're starting to pop out of here. So with the bullish volume that we're seeing, we are more in favor of this starting to kind of try to work its way out of here and trying to start a new bullish run, even ultimately. So with the coupling of the dollar looking bullish, Bitcoin literally in the area with the fear and greed index right here at the same exact spot as it was in this time, where the last time we kind of broke out of a little range. Okay, everyone, couple days of consolidation, and then we had to move down. Exactly, bro. So let's look at the MACD on this move. Let's see what happened here. A little bit of divergence. Let's see what we got over here. Not any divergence. So that's a little bit of difference. Now let's talk about the bullish scenario, because we've just been speaking about the bears the whole time. Let's talk about what could happen if the bulls really do come to play. And you know, there's really only one way to play it, in my opinion, or one way to even one way to even and look at it. And if we're looking at the daily volume, it did increase, but it didn't go like this. It actually went like this. So the demand, yes, there was big demand on this candle, and then it ultimately sweeps out this bearish volume. But the way it did it, decreasing like that, is kind of, it's either showing one or two things. It's showing that it doesn't need a lot of demand to push the price up right now, which ease of movement is the hardest thing to read, because that's when the price is just pushing straight up with no volume. And so what could happen is this could come down into here, find structure in this area, and then go again. That could happen as well. And if that does happen, I don't think it's a stupid idea to look for buys on Bitcoin if it does come down into this level. I don't think it's stupid.
Whether if it's leverage or on a wallet, honestly, I don't think it's stupid either.
Yeah. I don't either. Just because if you're talking like technicals and everything, you do have like this break of trend, break of structure. You have this held the lows and broke this structure here as well. So you have a higher high and a higher low, or higher low, higher high scenario. Everything is there for the bulls. But when we're talking macro perspective, right, that's when this thing kind of comes into the play. And another part of this chart that people don't talk about a lot, which they should really look into this part, is this up here, the simplified market cycle. This will help you just with your risk to reward even. This will help you.
Can you push that a little to your right? A little more.
Let's see if I can make this just way bigger.
There you go. And then push that a little more closer to the right. A little more. Right there is fine.
Okay. So what I want to speak about on this really is whenever you are, let's get some drawing tools out here. Whenever the market does a move up like this, and of course I have it at the worst color ever. Let's go,
I was just about to say, damn, bro, that's terrible.
let's clear this and see if I can redo that again. So when the market's up here, kind of, that's really where Bitcoin is right now. If you go to the lower time frames, you will see a run up just like that. This is basically telling you that this is the peak of the momentum, and this is where your highest financial risk lies. So when a market has already made a move, okay, it has gone through its expansion already. When a market is expanding, you are too late. You're too late. Yes, sometimes it continues to go if it becomes parabolic, but most of the time you're too late. Okay, so what you have to do is you just have to wait for the point of maximum financial opportunity, which is when the market begins to contract. So expansion and contraction is something that we could do a whole freaking topic on, just these two things. But just knowing that like the emotions within this, right? The emotions within this is very easy to grasp, guys. When the market has made a move up already, that's when most people want to trade, because no one wants to buy a market that's down.
Nobody.
So I'm talking nobody. Nobody wanted to buy oil when it was at zero. Nobody wanted to buy freaking.
Which is wild to me that that's even happened ever in our lifetime.
Right.
Oh my goodness, man.
No one wants to buy Facebook right now, guys. It's the number one app still, the number one everything still. I know it's declining a little bit, but no one wants to buy Facebook right now.
They're the one that's started the metaverse before everybody else, so that's something that.
And just watch. Do you really think that Meta is going away? or Facebook.
I don't think so.
No, guys, it's not going away. It's too big. So look, right here is basically the area that no one wants to buy at. Of course, you don't want to just buy a market that's dying. You want to wait for it to start to contract. Once it does contract, then you have a really good opportunity down here. And that's pretty much where the crypto market is right now. But on a lower time frame, we've had this expansion. So now if we're going to buy, we need to wait for contraction, right? So let's look at this. And let me delete this off the screen and throw this guy over here. So that's what I'm saying, right? We have this this was an expansion to the downside, contraction, expansion. Now we're getting contraction. We should expand again to the downside. And if it begins to contract here, it's probably a good opportunity. And it really might, I don't want to say it, but it could be the bottom. And it's really going to take it, this is all the way into next month, guys, almost the end of next month. So unless the market does a fast move down, which it very much could, unless the market does something like this, where it goes, right? This is a good area. If it does that, guys, don't look to buy here. Let's just anticipate it breaking lower.
If it gets there too fast, like let's say if it gets there like in the next 7 to 14 days, it's gonna be super suspect.
If it does this, 7 days, that's too fast. Will it still get played? Maybe half risk, but definitely not full risk by any means.
I'm gonna buy some in my wallet. I'll let y'all know that right now.
And I'm gonna be putting the fib like this, by the way, not on that low.
But yeah, I'm definitely putting some money in the crypto market at 17K.
Yes, I think it's valid. Let me look at, I was gonna look at something. Oh yeah. So this is gonna be interesting. We're gonna look at Coinbase. So this is if y'all don't know what Coinbase is, then you're on the wrong stream. But
no, and if you're on the wrong stream, stay here. Give us a like.
Yeah, just give us a like and then you can go. Just kidding. But for real, I'm messing. So, but what I do want to show on this is it kind of, I was looking at it and it had me looking like it was making this.
Wait a minute. Why does
I
this
was.
kind of look like Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, they have very similar. They move very similarly. One thing I was going to say about Coinbase is it does look a little stronger than Bitcoin, and the volume is definitely present. So there and there, that is a very good sign. So coupling everything together, the dollar, Bitcoin, so Coinbase is a little stronger looking than Bitcoin right now. If this comes down in here and Bitcoin makes a new low, right? Because we know where Bitcoin's low is. Say Bitcoin comes and just slams down. And if this thing kind of chills out right here, that's showing strength on Coinbase. That's showing that Coinbase is a little stronger than Bitcoin, and that's a good buying opportunity. And I don't know if I want to show y'all all these stocks, but there's a bunch of crypto stocks that y'all can go look at. They're kind of down a little bit right now, but that's only because they were up so much the past couple weeks. Bitcoin did a big move, but Coinbase has done 173%. In how many days was that? Very low. Let's just take it to not the very low. It did that in 3 days, in a month. Some of these other ones, this is interesting. Some of these other ones are going to be looking similar. Just look at these big moves that they. So one thing to look at when a crypto is moving when the crypto market is moving, go
stocks
check
moving.
out the stocks, because these guys really did work.
They went to work. They
And
said,
now we're really going to be looking for these, because since they did so much work on this push versus Bitcoin, and let's put Coinbase back in because I don't want to just give everything away, but I want to put,
yeah, some of this thoughts we gotta leave for the next wave members.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Eventually they'll get shared.
Eventually, right?
I want to put Bitcoin on this chart. Let's just put the futures on here. Okay, same scale, whatever. And the percentage move that Bitcoin made up versus the percentage move that this made up, unreal. So
Unreal.
the structures are obviously the same, but the move that this has made with the volume it's made is great. It's really great. So we'll be watching Coinbase,
I need
which
you to
is,
look at Tether.
yes. So we like to look at Tether, the market cap of Tether, to see the inverse of Bitcoin. So when Tether goes up, Bitcoin goes down. And I will say on the daily, we're starting to get this little bit of bullish divergence right here, which is good to see. It is not really, other than this area of demand, which it's kind of below, it's not really in a good area I think, to buy from. In fact, if it breaks any lower, it's coming down a little bit. But from here,
That's
this
where
is
I
a
would
good
be looking
area.
for buys, because I would draw that E up, that fib. You know why I'm here.
And then,
Oh, it's even lower.
oh, it's already hit it.
It's already hit it. Oh, I did not
So
think
it's
it
good.
did.
That's good for the bearish bias,
Yeah,
bro.
I would definitely love it if it held here.
Oh,
Oh,
I already had a fib there. That's funny.
that's
So yeah,
interesting.
it is. That's interesting. So with, and like we've said before, when we're on these time frames, daily time frames, I'm not, at least me, I don't expect this to just go bah bah, on a daily time frame. It can sit here for a little bit. It could even fake low and then come up one more time. And in fact, I'm really starting to lean towards
The fake
still,
out. Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's just
same.
built up. Ooh, that is
I saw that
that is
change.
telling right here.
No,
So
yeah, I hella agree with you. I've been feeling the exact same way. I think I was like, dang, is Bitcoin really about to go to 25, 26K, then drop?
this will be something to watch as well when Bitcoin comes into this level, because it broke this structure very clean, and that's a fib level.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
But also at the same time, we have the Bitcoin dominance here, and these lows, I guess technically they were swept before this move happened. So that's an interesting look. But if these lows break, boy, is Bitcoin gonna die, because these lows haven't broken. I mean,
Have
a
they ever
minute.
broken? I don't think
Yeah,
they
they
ever.
have
When, oh, never mind. Duh, it just got swept. And then,
back then.
yeah.
But this is a very interesting spot, because if it does break here, it would most likely come down into the area where we did have the low of the market back in 2018, which was January 8th, 2018. So when you go onto Bitcoin, January 8th of 2015 or 2018, that was right here. So just something to note, that if we do sweep one more time like this, it would be coming into the same spot.
Yep.
And this is a good 50% drop.
Wow.
So that easily could happen. Give it a couple of weeks, and we'll see what happens on this. We've been on for quite a while. I think we should save the next chart talk.
For
We got all
Ethereum,
these.
yeah. I have
We
so
got all
much
these. We'll
cryptos
look
to talk
at these.
about.
Yeah, we'll look at which cryptos are going to be the strongest next bull market.
That
Um,
was a good session, bro. That
and
was a
then
great one.
on the session tomorrow, we'll kind of give a short term bias on what we think could happen maybe um,
This
on
week.
these lower time frames. And really, ultimately, with it being in this area like this, it's super volatile. Like
I literally drew the same thing.
anything can happen in this type of area when the volatility is just going sideways like this. But if it is going to make another move up, it is coming right into that area where the volume profile from the
Oh man.
whole thing is sitting right here. We have the 78.6 right here. We have some lows that would get swept and then done like that. So look, if you want to look for a position right here, it's risky because this thing could really just go woo. But if it is going to make one more push, that's going to be the spot.
25K.
Uh,
25K is
and
the next number.
and there's two ways to play it. You can put a limit order here at like 23, and then if it does this move, then you can really have a good idea of what just happened and either kind of buy stop this, not buy stop it, but kind of wait for it to break, then enter, knowing that this could be your stop loss and this could be your take profit, or wait for it to come down and do the same thing, enter here, stop loss, take profit, have a bigger risk to reward, um, something like that. And it should, once it breaks this high, it'll be a fast move. So get ready for it to possibly go like this. I'm not even kidding. Or it's going to move straight into this like 25, 26, whatever I said it was level that is like nothing's going to hold it back from getting to that. I would say this fib lines up almost perfectly.
With yeah, almost
That.
perfectly with breaking it out. So a fake out to the upside, yeah. A fake out to
And
25K before a drop, yeah. That would literally be what we just talked about. Yeah.
and then on the other side, if it does break this low here, which I'll just make it a little thicker here. If it does break this low, you can see the volume profile is literally saying like, yo, nothing. So that if you, I don't want to say take this trade and lose, but if this isn't a winner, and maybe it should be played like this, I'm not sure. But if this isn't a winner, watch for the sells to just come through heavy and try to get yourself another opportunity there. So, yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight. AB, that was a good session, Brody.
That was a great session. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Yep.
And we will
Yep.
see you on next chart talk. Crypto talks are gonna be Saturdays. So next week we're gonna be talking about Ethereum.
Yep.
All right, awesome. Sounds good. Y'all, so tap in. Make sure to give us a subscribe, like the content if you appreciate it, and we will see you guys tomorrow for the top-down analysis with Peyton and I with Chart Talk. See y'all tomorrow.
See you later.